you to. Um, the last couple of days, I have been so stressed out. I'm upset. I'm aggravated. It's like every day I feel like that, just like under constant attack. And I think this is like the hardest time for me because I can tell the devil's trying to fight me as far as my faith, you know. And when the devil's trying to fight you, it's so hard to maintain balance. It's so hard to stay focused, you know. It's so hard to just do what God called you to do because I'm just like I'm agitated. Um, the other day I found myself cursing. Like I never curse, and I'm sitting up here and I'm just like I am so sick and tired of this. You already know the words used, and I myself needing to like repent and ask God, you know, just to help me with some of my issues. And I don't know, it's like out of nowhere, I'm just agitated. I'm feeling sleepy all the time. I'm feeling agitated. I'm feeling frustrated. And I know people are doing dirt against me. It's like that blackout. I'm going to take you through because you can't really put me in check type thing. And I'm trying to stay focused on God as bad as I can and just stay with Jesus because this is my hardest season. The world doesn't care what it does to you. The world will abuse you, exploit you, mistreat you, tell you you're a liar and everything, and then come back and tell my son, "Oh well, we good." You know, I'm going through so much. I'm going through homelessness. Nobody ever knows how that feels for me. Like just going through the fact that I don't have my own place. Like I'm sleeping on other people's sofas and chairs and just trying to survive, not having, you know, just I'm used to like having my own. I'm used to surviving on my own. I'm used to providing for myself on my own. And you know, it's getting harder and harder to provide. Like when rent's like what 3, 4 thousand, and they're gonna only talk about $14 an hour, and you're like, what rent ain't? Did rent come down? Did you see anybody say sympathy on anybody? And then now when you're talking about shelters, shelters are talking about 60% of your income. So if you go into a shelter, they want you to pay them to go into their shelter. 60% of your income to stay there. So they really, you know, they don't care about nothing. So a program ain't fixing nothing right now. And it's just more drama on top of drama on top of drama. You know, I'm a firm believer in I'm not gonna pay double for rent to be sleeping in something that isn't mine. Like it's that bad. Like you're paying double, you know, 60% of income rent is only supposed to be 30. In fact, it's supposed to be less than 30% of your income, and they ask for 60%. So you're paying your rent and somebody else's rent because you're only supposed to pay less than 30%. Like really, it's actually supposed to be less than 30%. If you ever expect to develop a savings or do anything, and they're only talking about $14 an hour, but rent's like outrageous. And then the ones that's not outrageous, they say, "Oh, well, we're basing it off your income, but you're looking for 60% of my income." So that only leaves me with 40%. For food, groceries, and everything else, you have nothing left. And if you even have that much income to even talk about, you're supposed to give 30% of it. This is crazy. I'm just so angry. Everything that I've been going through, like just I'm angry. I'm just mad as hell. And it's like I'm a ticking time bomb, and I know the enemy is trying to do so much, and I have to stay prayed up. Like this is the season where the enemy really want me to throw in the towel into my son. Oh, I'm giving up on God. And the enemy doesn't know I'm going even harder in this season. He don't know that look, October 1st, it's right around the corner. I done mapped out a game plan. I'm going hard. I'm going all the way hard in the paint. You know, the enemy better know that I'm not finna play with him. I'm not finna talk to him. I'm not going to coach the enemy through. I'm going all the way hard in the paint and serving God. I got to. I gotta serve God. I don't have an option on whether or not I'm gonna serve God. I gotta serve God. I mean, the enemy doing all kinds of stuff. Like I'm watching YouTube. YouTube becomes hard to watch because I'm starting to realize YouTube is like a double-edged sword. It can be beneficial and it can also be hurtful. The enemy's using it as well as the people of God is using it as well. And I'm gonna be real with you. 95% of some of this stuff, it goes over your head. You only really perceiving about 5% of it that you really can register. The other 95% goes completely over your head unless you were invited in and given the invitation to understand it. And the only way you get that invitation is through God. Trust me. And when you start seeing the double-edged sword and stuff like that, it becomes hard. I remember back in the days, everybody was talking, we're gonna be women, we have sexual powers, we're women, and we're renaissance, and we can be whatever we want to do. We sleep with whoever we want to sleep with. We can be all this stuff, right? And then in this season, I started to realize, like, the moment you tell people no, we're not a part of their agenda, never been a part of their agenda, it's the moment you start to deal with repercussions. We talking about sexual liberty, so why don't I have the liberty to not have sex? Let's liberate the no sexuals. You got a heterosexual, you got a bisexual, you got a sexual, you got all these different transsexuals. I have to sit up there and I'm getting asked more and more this question. What type of, what is your sexuality? And I'm starting to hit them more and more with no sexual. What is a no sexual? We don't have sex at all. Oral, anal, vaginal, jack off. Our hands don't touch nothing sexually at all. Our body doesn't touch nothing sexual. This is sexual liberation. Girl, I'm sexually freaked out with no socks. Because this is how we live in. And the enemy gets mad. So now we'll go through rape situations because they was thinking they were going to have a freak nation. So now we're going through rape situations because we don't agree with the genders that's been placed forward. We're going through a whole lot of stuff because you may not agree with certain agendas other people put into place. They got holism agendas, and holism ain't a part of the Holy Faith. God shows that. In the commandments, God says, do not commit adultery. Adultery is sexual immortality acts, fornication, um, run around on your wife, all these immoral acts that's against good principles. We shouldn't commit, but in this season, all this going on. Devil constantly playing with your mind, constantly wants you to be something that you're not. And you trying to just serve God. Like, man, serving God has to be the hardest thing I have ever went through. Like, don't nobody know how hard this is for me because I'm attacked every day. The enemy is determined to make me break. When I say every day, when I said eating from the tree of knowledge for me was like serving God. I was kicked out of paradise. Guess what? Where I was at wasn't paradise. It was pure hell. I was woke up in hell. But to some, they would say, oh man, it's paradise compared to what you're going through now. Oh well. I would prefer to serve God than to be caught up in the hell that I came from. Because not knowing, ignorance is bliss. But exploitation and abuse is plenty. And that's even with knowing. But to know means that you're halfway there because you can fix some of the problems. But not knowing you can't fix nothing is, man. And I think that's another thing, like just going through rape situations and not being able to see who's raping me, not being able to say nothing, trying to get rape kits done, and the ones who's pretending to be law enforcement, we're gonna call them actresses and actors. They ain't law enforcement. When you do rape kits, they don't want to do the rape kits on you. You trying to get like evidence on who's doing this. You don't report it to the FBI, CIA, TIA, TI, whoever you had, Tech, whoever you had that reported to. You don't report it to everybody. But I'm going through rape situations. There's a lack of evidence. There's a lack of stuff. I know other people's going through it. Some of us had the inability not to even report. I had been going through this, even working in corrections, and I didn't have the ability to even report it. My memory, it was like my memory was erased from me, and I wasn't able to report at all. I was raped while I was pregnant with my daughter. I remember waking up to a man on top of me, raping me, and I blanked back out, and I wasn't even able to report it to law enforcement at all. I went to work, like everything was okay, and I think that's one reason why I found myself crying and like I, honestly out of nowhere I just found myself crying saying I don't want to go to work, and nobody knows how that feels for me. And I've been going through so much lately, like don't nobody really know how I'm feeling. Like I feel like I'm breaking and trying to keep focus, and you can't trust psychologists and psychiatrists, people, and they backgrounding people for no reason. These people ain't even mentally insane. How the hell you gonna back at somebody that ain't even mentally insane? People telling you, I feel like I'm in assimilation. You know about the antebellum situations, but you keeping it hush hush because you don't want to talk about the matrix system. You don't want to talk about the stuff that you're doing to these people, so you keep lying. Last thing a person need to do is look liars in the face so they can lie to you more and try to make you feel okay. People telling you, I feel like I'm in assimilation. Hold up. On top of it, people complain about vision compromise. Like that vision compromise is that situation of Annabelle. They telling people this. You can't see who attacking you. Why can't you see who attacking you? People that's attacking you don't want you to see. Remember, I told you there's a double-edged sword. Wellness, the cure for wellness. Let me tell you something. If you ever patent a cure for anything, know that these people use that same cure that you made to make the disease and the problem. Create a disease and a problem for other people. Cure to blindness. All this stuff was connected together. They use this to incarcerate inmates, to have control over them, and to blank them out whenever they felt like it. All this stuff, man, it's the same thing. And I'm just like, I'm falling apart. Like, I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to cope. So a lot of people see me and they see me so cheerful and they see me so happy and they see me, sweet and calm, but they don't know how I really feel about this. Like you sit back and you see the people that's supposed to be curing people, who's talking about they psychiatrists, right? And they supposed to be curing people, and they're laughing and joking about this situation and don't know this thing putting shackles on everybody. We got some screaming, I'm gonna be a master, I'm a master, I'm a master. Over what slaves? Ciphering. Trifling, huh? Let me be real with you, man. Today's society is messed all the way up. And unless we wake up and we try to fix it, we're not gonna make it. And then we got this group of people that surround us. They want to make us dumbfounded. We can serve God all day, every day, to the T. And they're trying to make us violate the will of God and dumbfound us. Because they ain't godly people. But they want to stay in a church somewhere talking about they godly people. What you there for? Don't say you got something else for you to do. But this is part of the warfare. This is part of some of the stuff we got to go through. So what I'm doing, I'm focusing on God, trying to stay prayed up, trying to stay positive, trying to stay focused because I know the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But the word of God came so I can have life. So I cannot allow the devil to have control. So one of my strategies I'm using, I'm trying not to even talk that much. Because I started to realize that everything that comes out my mouth isn't what it's supposed to be. So I'm trying to limit my conversations. Because I'm seeing stuff. It's so many different things I want to correct, but these people don't understand that I want to correct them. And I'm trying to not to do it because of the circumstance and the situations I'm in isn't allowing me to do that. You catching the drift? I would have been did something, but I'm sitting up here and I'm at the mercy of others, and I'm just like, okay, well, say what? If I can't do nothing, let me give it around everybody. And I can't even do that because everybody want to be in my face every 5 minutes, like they trying to hold conversations or they trying to do this and do that. I'm just like, this, just stay away from me. Right now isn't a good time for me. I'm not doing well. I just want to be left alone and stuff. I'm even thinking about taking just some time away from people. Just, I'm tired. When you're tired, you're tired. When you're sick of people, you're sick of them. And honestly, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just tired of people doing stupid stuff around me that don't make sense to me. And I can't really, fix it because I'm not given the authority to fix it. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me buy this time. Let me do what I gotta do. Let me stay prayed up. Let me read the Bible. But just circle people being around me doing stupid stuff all the time. And I'm trying to serve God. I'm trying to do what I gotta do. I'm trying to worship God. I'm trying to stay focused, stay out of trouble. But it's so hard because people don't understand how messed up the stuff they do is, and you can't really address them and knock the crap out of them the way you want to. Honestly, because that's the only thing they register and understand. They like it's like a child. If you train a child up and you constantly spank it, the moment that you try to register to the child, look, I'm not gonna spank you, you're just gonna do what I say do, they're not gonna understand it. So it becomes complex to get a child to be obedient with just conversation when they're used to spankings. Every time you gotta grab a belt and spank them. It's like that with grown people now, and it's becoming ridiculous. And I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not, like I said, I'm not aggressive. I'm not no rah type. So it becomes very complex for me to just deal with people, and stuff like that. Because whenever I do get to that point where I'm at right now, like just angry and upset and just a little nasty, whenever I get to this point, I've been hurt and halfway killed somebody. So I try to, stay quiet, stay to myself, stay away from people because people are dangerous to me right now. I guess that's because of my situation. I'm being abused excessively. I'm going through so much excessively to I'm just trying to stay away from people. And that's the hardest thing for me because my circumstances and my situation is trying to man, nobody know how I feel. But hopefully I have something good to tell you guys later on. But this is my testimony of what I'm going through. I don't care how anybody feel about it. I'm just sick of the foolishness. I'm just sick of negative stuff around me. I'm sick of bad principles around me. I'm sick and tired of people around me with bad attitudes. I'm sick and tired of negative people. Like, I go to work sometimes and these people got bad attitudes. And I'm just like, look, I shouldn't have to deal with bad attitudes, man. I don't want to deal with that. It's just horrible. And I ain't talking about just bad weights, just ill. And nobody knows. And I'm just sitting up here and I'm just trying to cope. Honestly, I'm just trying to cope. And I'm trying to keep keep myself together and stuff like that. And the enemy just having a field day. Enemy in the background just having a field day, just showing they take up. I'm just like trying to puppeteer and everything. It's just showing they behind. And I'm sitting up here, I'm just like, Lord, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stay to myself, stay quiet, read my Bible, try to, do things the right way because I know the enemy wants me to fail. He wants me to lose. And I don't have no plans on losing in now season. So I gotta stay prayed up and ready. I gotta just guard myself as best as I can with the word of God and just stay quiet. Keep my feelings to myself, my actions to myself, my comments to myself as much as possible because when I found myself cursing, like I'm sick of this, you know, I'm just at that point where I say, okay, well, you need a break. You need a break. You need a timeout. You need a break. You need to meditate. You need to concentrate on what you're doing because you got a lot going on. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. The craziest thing when God getting ready to move in my life, the enemy becomes more pissed off. So I go through more problems when God's getting ready to do a breakthrough. So I have to really be mindful of that and stay, with God. Like actually stay with God because the enemy becomes worse when God begins to open up doors. When God begins to start working on a breakthrough, the enemy becomes worse. Like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. The enemy just becomes on steroids when God begins to work on the breakthrough and work on everything that he's doing with you. The enemy becomes horrible. So I really gotta stay prayed up, man. Honestly, some opportunities come in, you know, I have to stay prayed up. Sometimes you have to pass up opportunities that's beneficial for you for the next opportunity because sometimes people aren't the right people to deal with. People always trying to hustle you, always trying to have, always trying to get over on you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about you, how bad you hurt, and they don't care about what you're going through. Enemy just want money, come to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal. But he's stealing money. He's stealing anything of value, anything. And he'll steal your intelligence and you dumbfounded. Seeing how they did Adam and Eve. God ain't gonna sit up there and give you dominion over everything. Don't. And it's no different nowadays. So I really gotta stay focused. This is my time just to stay with God. So I decided, you know, I was supposed to drop a proposal tomorrow, and I don't even think I'm drawing up the proposal tomorrow. I'm gonna lose side tomorrow and just take some time for me. I'm gonna need a little time for me, and just get me together because the enemy's so busy. I don't like this. I don't even like these people around me, and I especially when I'm going through vision compromise and I can't see clear to knock the hell out of me. I really don't like around me because people become very bold when you can't do nothing to them. And even when you can do something to them, you might be broke up halfway dead when you can. And if you ain't, you probably outnumbered. And if you ain't outnumbered, you're not prepared and trained. The enemy always got a million different ways to outdo you because we are in this season and in this place where we're not prepared because it's not from people trying to prepare you. It's from the fact that they are trying to prepare you, but you just dumbfounded. And that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it being just dumbfounded. The inability to receive the blessing like you're supposed to and not complain and not, I think this is the hardest thing for me to just be humble. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna sit back and be quiet because I'm so frustrated. Just sit back, stay quiet, and try to get perked up. Because I'm so frustrated. I'm so angry. And I don't even know why I'm this angry, but I know it's something that I can't even remember. Like I said, I done been raped before and couldn't even remember the rate to report it because my ties to other things. So I gotta be careful, and I really do have to be mindful of myself and what I want out of life. So y'all can kind of understand that. And y'all already know they don't like to pay us, and then when they do pay us, all that money gotta go to some place to live. Ain't nobody gonna let you crash on these sofa for free, so you gotta give them something. Ain't nobody gonna let you live nowhere for free. So you already know half the money be gone, and then they talk about only $14 an hour, and then they don't want to give you no days to work. You work on 1 and 2 days. What am I gonna do with $14 an hour for 1 and 2 days? It's not even enough to buy a whole bunch of meals. It's crazy, man. Not even enough to pay. Like you could probably pay rent and you buy yourself something to eat, and that's it. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. If you get that much. You still got to think about transportation. Think about everything. So it's just a lot of stuff playing on my heart. A lot of stuff that I'm just sick of, and I'm trying to, cope with the fact that I don't have my own. You know how peaceful it is just going in your house and sitting down and just being able to rest. I can't even do that right now. It's crazy, man. I'm just trying to stay focused, trying to serve God, and just stay on what I need to be on. Well, these ain't encouraging words, but trust me, God got me, man, and stuff like that. No matter what goes on, God got me, and I'm gonna stay serving Him. But when I'm going through this right here, don't love, believe. I'm reading that word of God constantly. I'm finna get closer to God constantly, and I'm gonna show you, you ain't winning now season. We ain't going through cycles. Stay blessed.